that's what I would do. You go into a fetal, just straight fucking draw up for a day or 2 days or 4 days, and then what you would do is that you would try to overcompensate to get that shit back into your body. So just stay away from it, man. Just stay away from it. To the point that I can remember I was driving a truck in a pickup truck. Went and got some Vicodin. I was at that point, like in the fetal position. Drove to the pharmacy, and it's probably somebody else's pills too. That's another thing that's fucked up. You get in these pools of some fucking real fucking winners, right? Of people that will all share opiates with one another. Oh. But yeah, I'm going into withdrawals and shit. You get to the damn pharmacy, you get your fucking Vicodin pills. And I'm like, I got the Vicodin pills and I got me an orange juice and I'm motherfucking shaking. I was at that point. The weird thing that happens is before you get there, like on the way to the pharmacy, fine. Absolutely fucking, well, like you can tell too. I can remember like talking to the pharmacist. They were picking up the prescriptions. You'd be like, hey man, how are you? How's your kid? Hey, how's everything sunshiny and bright and perfect and great? And you're fucking awesome, man. Hey, have you read this magazine? Be just total fake fucking bliss because you knew you were getting your pills. You hadn't even gotten the pills yet. And I imagine it's just about the same way with like heroin and shit like that. But, oh, fuck. I get the pills, get out fucking to the truck. I'm shaking, I got the pills and the orange juice. Yeah, man, you have a blessed day. I'll get these to my aunt, or whoever, or my neighbor, or whoever the fuck. And sure as shit, I get in the truck, open my, try to take, like, I'm like thinking, I gotta get these motherfuckers in my system, so I chew them up, like 5 or 8 Vicodin, and then orange juice. I remember I take off driving, and orange juice, I took me a big old drink of orange juice, I'm driving, and then as soon as all that hit my stomach, I just projectile vomited straight into the fucking windshield. It just, I mean, like fucking Exorcist, just, the scene from Stand By Me, all in the truck. I had to pull over and fucking like wipe the windshield and stuff, and yeah, I was just all and guess what? I mean, at that point in time, I just kind of fucking got back to the house and took 3 or 4 or 5 instead of 10, let them get back into my system again. And what the fuck, man, I can't tell you anything to get you off of whatever the fuck you're on, man. Handle your buzz and take things in moderation because, I mean, if you have an addictive personality, anything can grab you. And I'm super fucking blessed that I'm totally addicted to Robcasting, right? Pretty girls, coffee, a dip of snuff here and there, guys. I'm not gonna fucking complain about it. I know it's bad, but again, trying to cut out sugar and not giving some sugars or getting some sugars, but trying to cut out sugar and all that kind of stuff, man. Like say, I just want to constantly advance in this life, in this world, and get to know more people and opinions and views and see what the fuck you all think and how you do. But the main thing is that, I mean, I can't do it for you. I can't make you live your dreams, but I can try to fucking encourage you to and tell you that I believe in you. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? I'm saying? If I can go from taking 21 to about 30 Vicodin every single day and 3 Soma pills or 4 Soma muscle relaxers every single time I took those, to where I am now. And doing that, I mean, that went on for probably, I haven't ever really gone back and added it up. It was like 8 or 9 years of my life. So, if I had anything to do with you from the time I was about 19 to 26, 27, then I apologize because I was fucked up in the head. If I just call you out of the blue and ask you for $150, Scott Laird, or show up at your house asking for money one day, dude, I was blown out of my mind, and I apologize. And I love you, and you're one of my best friends I ever had in my life, But that happened more than one time. You'd be fiending, and so you'd call a friend, and maybe that friend would give you $150 the first time, and then after that it was like, fuck, dude, I'm just gonna quit answering the phone when this fucking doped out motherfucker calls. And that's the thing too. I don't know. People don't know when you're not real close with them. They're not telling you that they're taking 30 fucking Vicodin a day or whatever. However, when someone falls asleep at a dinner party into their plate, it's kind of a fucking cry for help. And I did have a couple people come to me and tell me, like, hey man, you gotta change. This shit's gonna kill you. My older brother told me that. Kenny Morvonius Maximus told me that shit more than once. And, hey, guess what? I'm still here today. But it took me crashing the shit out of a motorcycle and almost getting straight up fucking killing myself to just never take another Vicodin pill ever again. I mean, it's the weirdest thing. It's not because I quit. I quit for almost 18 months, right? Hadn't taken any kind of pills, nothing. And then one day I got a craving. I was like, well, guess what? I just feel like I want to take some Vicodin today. I'm having a bad day. And I thank the Lord every day that I've never, ever even had that thought or allowed it to get into my brain, and that I have more willpower to ever, ever, ever let anything like that take a hold of me ever again. But yeah, I just called a dentist, and I was like, hey man, I got a toothache. I'll come in next Tuesday. Can you call me in some Vicodin? Oh, sure. Call me in 20 Vicodin. Guess what? I took like 8 of them. Started riding wheelies on a fucking TS400 Widowmaker, a 1974 Suzuki TS400 Widowmaker, highly modified ice racing bike that I converted back into a dirt bike that should have never ever been on the street. I got it all fucked up, started riding wheelies on that motherfucker all around the city of South Houston. Whoa. And then, yeah, I fucking wiped out like a motherfucker, going about 60 miles an hour. Hyperextended both of my legs, broke one leg. I mean, fucking took all the skin off of my shoulders. The blessing of that is, I put that motorcycle away and closed my shop down for that day. I woke up a few hours later, stuck to my bed from blood and everything, got washed, cleaned up, and went and got some, I guess, Tylenol, Advil, and didn't even go to the doctor. But I remember I went back to my shop and I took those other 12 or 14 Vicodin pills and flushed them down the toilet and threw that bottle away. And never, ever, ever took another one. So just because, I mean, you might have some troubles or some issues or whatever, somebody like me has always had a more fucked up time, okay? And I lived through it, right? And hey, if you don't know me, come get to know me, man. And I mean, hey, I'm not a terrible person. I'm one of the good guys. I'm one of those people they say, hey, oh yeah, he's a good guy. Put it like this. My neighbors are the one, they come to me and say, hey, we're going out of town for a few days. Would you make sure that nothing, that nothing's happening? And that totally wasn't the case whenever I was a younger man. I couldn't be trusted, So everyone has the ability to change. And see what's really messed up and what's totally, you think that you're programmed one certain way and you can never change. That's not true, because I was taught that it's only illegal if you get caught. And I was taught some things that were morally not right. And then after being an adult and saying, hey, guess what? It is illegal if you don't get caught, because that shit will come back on you. You know what I mean? And morals, and I don't know. I mean, I'm blessed that I hit a certain age and I said, man, I can't do anything illegal or immoral or whatever as far as that goes. However, what I'm talking about, the illegal, you clouds the shit out of your judgment, man, whenever you're, 900 Vicodin pills. That's on average, that's about what I would take on a month. That's a lot, man. Do you realize what it takes? And not to mention that, I had a girlfriend that took the same amount or more. So you get with people like that and y'all motherfucking just... that's a whole nother fucking level. But being that, you're thinking it's only illegal if you get caught. Why not go to 2 or 3 different doctors? Why not take somebody else with you to go to the doctor with you, just to let them get the motherfucking pills and the syrup and the other pills, and you pay for their visit, and then you get all their pills too. So then you get into those kind of motherfucking situations. And then you go to these doctors back in the day, these motherfuckers would have the people right there in the lobby selling the shit that they had just gotten while they were there trying to. They wouldn't blatantly have it out. Some people would have their syrup out just drinking it and shit, but no. But there would be people making motherfucking deals in the lobby. It's crazy. But I'm blessed to have been able to surround myself with the correct peers and to get into a business that I like to be in, doing something that I love to do. I always loved motorcycles. So I got into the motorcycle business, and I quit taking pills, and a lot of really good things started happening. Like I said, hey, I got fucking offered to be on my own freaking reality show, guys. I mean, how many people can say that? It didn't make it anywhere, but it was on the fucking table. I've got paperwork to prove it. You can fucking ask Mitchell Johnson. But he still has my portfolio of custom bikes that I built. I need to get back from him. But just because you're taught the wrong thing doesn't mean you can't learn the right thing. Because I'm blessed that I never really wanted to pick up books in school that much, because I kept a straight A, B, high C grade without ever taking books home. I didn't realize then that I had a pretty good aptitude for, reading and math and all that kind of stuff. I just never really wanted to apply it. I was more interested in the ladies. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? But I told myself at one point, I just got the fuck out of there. As a matter of fact, I lived only a few blocks from where I live right now. And this place was just covered with nothing but pills and crack and dope and everything else. And I packed up one day and moved to Houston, and I lived there for over 10 years. I've moved back down here, and I'm blessed that Brazoria County took me back, and that I can represent Brazoria County in a positive light, and to show people that there is hope, that just because, you could have been thuggish back in the day and not use great judgment whenever it came to making moral decisions. It doesn't mean that someday that I did start to want to learn I wanted to learn how to read. No, I started just reading books. I mean, now I've got, like my prized possession that I'm so super blessed that I didn't lose in the flood is my all of my first editions and signed first editions of Tom Wolfe. Because that happens to be, I just like the way that he tells the story, and his books tend to be kind of long, and I like them. I like Tom Wolfe. But that wasn't the case back whenever I was in my 20s, and I was chasing tail and not using good moral judgments, and, I don't know. The blessing in all of it is that I'm alive to tell you guys now, that things can get better, and that you don't have to have those drugs, you don't have to have that dope, you don't have to have all those things, because if you do your research and you use your brain, you can go for a 20-minute walk, right? Or you can get on the elliptical, or you can do some push-ups, or you can go ride your motorcycle, or do something that's going to produce those endorphins in your brain that put you in a good mood. You know what I mean? Like before I do the show, maybe I'll do a karaoke song, do 10 push-ups, or go for a walk, or go chop down some trees, or whatever. But I want to get into that flow state, so that whenever I'm coming to you guys, maybe I'll have some sort of a fucking original thought. It's not just some bullshit that I'm reading to you guys that somebody else wrote that no one fact-checked. And, I'm not down with this fucking fake news crap either. And if we didn't fall for it, if we didn't read it, right, it wouldn't be there. I'm just saying that I was able to make the change. I said, look, I don't want to take these pills anymore. I got to move to Houston. I'm going to go to college to become a pressure vessel inspector. which I do have. Fucking